So, like you just mentioned, faith and science, they don't compete, they complement each other when we pursue truth wisely. And it makes us think it's not just about knowledge, it's also about how we grow spiritually in this fast moving world. So, now we're going to look at spiritual formation in the modern world. We are going to explore how Gen Z and Gen Alpha can cultivate spiritual depth in a technology saturated, fast paced culture. What do you think are the biggest spiritual challenges facing Gen Z and Gen Alpha today?
Okay, spiritual formation is a beautiful theme that is becoming very, very rare in this fast paced, media savvy world that is vying for our attention from everywhere. So, when we speak of spiritual formation or spiritual disciplines, there are the disciplines of engagement and the disciplines of abstinence. Disciplines of engagement are those that we actively engage in and do. Disciplines of abstinence are those that we stay away from and don't do. For example, fasting is a discipline of abstinence. Reading God's word regularly is a discipline of engagement, and there are many more. Yeah, Dallas Willard, who is called as the theologian's theologian, is a great resource to read on spiritual disciplines. Richard Foster's book, Celebration of Discipline, is another book that you might be interested in checking out. Okay, so when we are speaking of today's tech savvy world, today's virtual reality world, today's world that has infinite number of possibilities with AI and other technological breakthroughs, we are left wanting for time. We don't have time. Our time is stolen and hijacked by someone else. And no formation spiritually can happen without time spending. No relationship becomes deep if two people don't spend time with each other. That's why distant relationships often don't work. That's what statistics say. So, time spending, I think, is a struggle of this generation because there is so much of cacophony, there is so much of noise, there is so much to steal away our attention and focus. So, the disciplines of solitude, Jesus often practiced solitude. Jesus was a very busy man. He was actually never really lazing too much, but he knew how to bring in rhythms of solitude and quietness into his busy ministerial life. So, the discipline of solitude, the discipline of fasting, not just from food, but obviously, the one that young people don't like to hear, from the devices. So, screen hygiene is important, sleep hygiene is important, food hygiene is important. When I say hygiene, I mean if you are somebody who's wired to sleep 6 hours a day, you have to have your 6 hours a day and nothing can steal it or nothing should steal it. I can't function without sleeping for 8 hours a day. Okay. And I'm spilling the beans, but if I don't get my sleep, I can't function. So each of us is wired very differently. And so we need to be very, very guarded of keeping those areas untouched and unpolluted by the world. Again, screen hygiene. How much of screen time? Not so much what you're watching. Obviously, what you're watching, as a Christian, what not to watch, but how much you watch. Screen hygiene. And the third one is food hygiene. Okay. What you eat, seasons of eating, how much you eat, what you don't eat, all of these somehow make human beings who are complex spirit, soul, body beings to thrive abundantly in this God given life that we have and live maximally. So, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I think you have to redeem time. Whatever discipline requires redeeming time, you have to think really hard on that and find a way of having routines and implementing those.